CompTIA A plus Core 1 Complete Training Course. Exam Objective 3.3. Compare and contrast RAM characteristics. RAM types. To begin our study of RAM, let's start by defining what RAM is. RAM, or Random Access Memory, is a form of computer memory that stores working data or programs currently in use by a computer. It allows the central processing unit to quickly access and manipulate information while the system is running. Unlike storage devices such as hard drives or solid-state drives, RAM is volatile memory. This means its contents are lost when the computer is powered off. It may help to think of RAM as the intersection in a busy four-way information exchange. At the top, you have the processor. On one side, you have input devices sending information into the system. On the other side, you have output devices displaying results. At the bottom, you have storage holding long-term data. Right in the center of all of this is system memory, or RAM. Every time data moves between the processor and storage, it must pass through RAM. Every time you click, type, open a program, or run an application, that information travels through this central intersection. If the intersection is wide and well-designed, traffic moves quickly and efficiently. But if the intersection is too small or becomes congested, everything begins to slow down and performance suffers. Now that we understand what RAM does, let's talk about how it is physically packaged. The most common form factor used in desktop systems is called a DIMM, which stands for Dual Inline Memory Module. A DIMM is the physical circuit board that holds the memory chips and allows them to connect to the motherboard. When you open a desktop computer case, you will typically see long, narrow memory slots positioned close to the processor. Those slots are designed specifically to accept DIMMs. A DIMM installs vertically into the motherboard and locks securely into place using retaining clips on each end of the slot. Along the bottom edge of the module are electrical contacts that align with the memory slot. When properly seated, those contacts create the electrical pathway that allows the system to communicate with the RAM. DIMMs are keyed, meaning they have a notch cut into the connector edge. That notch is intentionally placed in a specific position so the module can only be inserted in the correct orientation. If the notch does not line up with the slot, the module is either flipped the wrong way or not compatible with that system. It is important to never force a DIMM into place. If it does not seat easily with even pressure on both ends, something is wrong. Forcing a memory module can damage the RAM, the slot, or even the motherboard itself. In short, a DIMM refers to the physical design of RAM used in most desktop computers. It is the standardized packaging that allows system memory to be installed, upgraded, and replaced. While DIMMs are used in most desktop systems, laptops and other compact devices require a smaller form factor. This is where SO-DIMM comes in. SO-DIMM stands for Small Outline Dual Inline Memory Module. As the name suggests, it performs the same function as a standard DIMM, but in a smaller physical size. Because laptops and compact systems have limited internal space, a full-sized DIMM simply would not fit. A SO-DIMM is shorter in length and designed specifically for these space-constrained environments. Instead of installing vertically like most desktop DIMMs, SO-DIMMs are often inserted into the slot at a slight angle and then pressed downward until they click into place. Just like DIMMs, SO-DIMMs are keyed to ensure proper orientation and compatibility. If the notch does not line up with the slot, the module is not compatible with that system. And just like before, forcing the module into place can result in damage. It is important to remember this distinction for the exam. Desktops typically use DIMMs, while laptops typically use SO-DIMMs. Now that we have covered the physical form factors, we can shift our focus from how RAM looks to how RAM performs. This brings us to double data rate memory, commonly known as DDR. DDR refers to the memory technology itself, not the physical packaging. The term double data rate means that the memory is capable of transferring data twice per clock cycle. In simple terms, this allows the memory to move data more efficiently compared to older memory technologies. Over time, DDR has evolved through several generations. The most commonly utilized generations include DDR3, DDR4, and DDR5. DDR3 was widely used for many years and became common in systems produced in the late 2000s and early 2010s. It offered solid performance and reasonable power consumption for its time. DDR4 followed and improved upon DDR3 by offering higher data transfer rates, increased capacity support, and better power efficiency. DDR4 became the mainstream standard in both desktops and laptops for many years. Most recently, DDR5 has entered the market, providing even higher speeds, greater bandwidth, and improved overall efficiency. As computing demands continue to increase, DDR5 helps support modern processors, high-performance applications, and more demanding workloads. It is important to understand that each DDR generation is not backward or forward compatible with others. A motherboard designed for one generation of DDR memory cannot use a different generation. The slot design, electrical configuration, and performance characteristics are all different. For the exam, you should recognize the progression from DDR3 to DDR4 to DDR5. Understand that each generation improves speed and efficiency, and know that they are not interchangeable. Next up, we have ECC RAM. In server environments where data integrity is paramount, error correction code, or ECC RAM, stands out as an indispensable component. Unlike standard RAM modules, ECC RAM incorporates additional circuitry specifically designed for error detection and correction. This sophisticated technology, for an increased fee of course, enables ECC RAM to identify and rectify memory errors on the fly, ensuring that data remains accurate and reliable, even in the face of potential hardware glitches or transient faults. In highly critical systems, where even the smallest data corruption could have significant consequences, such as financial transactions or medical records, the robust error handling capabilities of ECC RAM provides peace of mind and safeguard against potential data loss or corruption. Therefore, ECC RAM emerges as the preferred choice for servers where reliability and data integrity are non-negotiable priorities. Lastly, what good is it to go out and purchase some RAM if you can't decipher its specifications? Luckily, I got you covered. Using this example RAM module behind me, I will walk you through its specifications piece by piece. The 8 GB on the left refers to the capacity of the RAM, which is 8 GB in this example. This specification tells you how much data the RAM can hold at once. More gigabytes means you can store more data simultaneously. Next, DDR4 stands for Double Data Rate 4th Generation. This is the type of RAM technology used. 2666 indicates the speed of the RAM, and the unit of measure is megahertz. Specifically, it's 2666 million cycles per second. A higher megahertz rating means the RAM can transfer data faster, leading to better overall performance. Lastly, we have PC4-21300. This is another way of expressing the speed of the RAM, particularly in terms of its theoretical maximum bandwidth. The PC4 part denotes that it's DDR4 memory. As for the 21300, this indicates that the RAM can theoretically transfer up to 21,300 megabytes per second of data. Now to put it all together, this stick of RAM has a capacity of 8 gigabytes, uses DDR4 technology, is capable of operating at a speed of 2,666 MHz, and has a bandwidth of 21,300 megabytes per second. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more great content.